Welcome back to the NBA Today Free Agency Special. So we began our show talking about the blockbuster Rudy Gobert trade. And when you're looking at that many picks, that's what Rudy Gobert commanded. The natural next question, Zach, is what the heck is Kevin Durant going to take to get him moved? We know that Brooklyn isn't necessarily in a rush here. They want to see the best packages. They have a little bit of leverage in that way. Fictional guys, Perk. What is the trade package that you think, that you would like to see, or that you think Kevin Durant could command?
Well, real quick, right? I mean, they had to throw in a lot of picks because they didn't throw in an all-star caliber player. So I think you have to throw in a lot of picks as far as the Utah Jazz situation. But if I'm like the Atlanta Hawks and you just got Murray, I'm giving up Hunter and Collins and figuring out some other pieces, maybe picks that the Hawks may have for Kevin Durant. Why not? I'm moving Collins and Hunter. Hunter is becoming one of the better two-way players in the game today. He could possibly be a future all-star in the near future. Collins, we know what he could bring to the table. He showed us that he's capable of averaging 19 and 8 a night. He just don't fit well alongside Trae Young. But if I'm the Hawks, why not? Why not? Kevin Durant, Murray, Trae Young. Sounds good to me.
What sounds good to you, Zach?
So I thought about this more from the Nets' perspective than from the other team's perspective. And to me, I said this yesterday, I said this before Kevin Durant got traded. My first call is to the Toronto Raptors, and I'm asking for Scotty Barnes as the centerpiece of a Kevin Durant trade. And Scotty Barnes is Rookie of the Year, could be a future, I don't know, but there's no ceiling on Scotty Barnes. Could be a future 8-time All-Star or something like that. That's worth, I don't know how many draft picks that's worth, 3-4 draft picks. So I'm going Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent Jr., need a little salary cap filler, and then maybe we'll go 2 picks and 3 swaps, 3 swaps and 2 picks, and I can hear Toronto people saying we're not giving up Scotty Barnes, that's too much.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Yeah, they say that they didn't want to give up DeMar DeRozan, and they got Kawhi Leonard.
Then you don't get Kevin Durant. The sticking point for me becomes if the Nets have so much leverage and so much interest in Kevin Durant that in addition to Scotty Barnes and Gary Trent, I've got to throw in an Anunoby or something like that, and at that point, Kevin Durant's coming to a team that has now been not crippled, but sort of devastated by the bounty going out. Does he have enough there to win? So I think Trent Barnes picks is the sweet spot where he can go to Toronto and look around and say, we can win the championship with this roster. And if you can win the championship, you got to at least have a meeting about it, no matter how much you love Scotty Barnes.
What say you?
I like that a lot. I do. I love Scotty Barnes. I'm not exactly sure what his ceiling ultimately will be offensively. I think he could be an all-league defender. And offensively, maybe he gets in that 18, 20-point range. I want more offensively, so I'm looking at New Orleans. Said it yesterday. I thought about this last night. Believe it or not, guys, I thought about this at the hotel.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You would ask me that question.
I didn't just clock out.
They asked me that question. They go, you had 24 hours to think about it. And I'm like, I didn't know there was going to be a quiz.
You were
I didn't clock out.
You were at the anime.
Yeah, I was at the
All right,
anime.
so
Weird stuff.
And here's what I thought. The more I thought about this, you got to get me a 24-year-old dude that can average 23 to 25 points a game to anchor my offense around for who knows how far out into the future. He has emerged. He's an all-star. He's a guy that ultimately has all-league capable offensive ability. In addition, you probably throw in a Larry Nash Jr., and then we talk picks. How many picks? I don't know. 2, 3, 4, maybe every pick going forward for the rest of that organization's future. I don't know how many. Put the number on. If Gobert got 4, then let's say 3 or 4.
They got a lot of extra ones from the Lakers.
Every pick.
3 or 4 picks, but Brandon
Ingram
Ingram is the guy in my crosshairs if I'm Sean Marks. I want Brandon Ingram, and then figure out what other young player and picks.
All right, so then we have to bring in the adults in the room and say, okay, so what of this is actually possible? Front office insider Bobby Marks. Yeah, Richard, just stop.
We've already seen some of Bobby's work.
Where is Richard's?
Well, what I was going to do is I was going to critique everybody's. I was going to critique everybody's like package.
That's what Bobby gets to do.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.